Unrivaled League needs Caitlin Clark, and they are preparing to offer her a massive deal.
Caitlin Clark just dropped a bombshell as her leaked contract with the Unrivaled League hit the spotlight, and it's safe to say Angel Reese and Aya Wilson are feeling the pressure. While they believed they were part of an exclusive circle, Breanna Stewart was secretly cooking up a stunning deal for Clark that left everyone else blindsided.
It has just been reported today that Caitlin Clark could receive a Lionel Messi-like offer to play in Unrivaled startup 3-on-3 league, which is a full court press to sign her.
The setup was simple. Unrivaled didn't just recruit Caitlin Clark in secret, they hit her with a non-disclosure clause so tight it felt like classified government intel.
Now, this is also interesting to me because I feel like it is kind of late in the game to start recruiting Caitlin Clark. The Unrivaled League has 26 of their 30 players already.
But now Clark's done staying quiet, and she's letting everyone know that those who celebrated her absence from Unrivaled had it all wrong.
Caitlin Clark is needed for this league. It should be one of their main goals is to get her to play in the league no matter what that costs, no matter what that is going to take.
If you've been out of the loop, let me break it down. Unrivaled didn't show up to follow anybody's rulebook. The league, a bold new force in women's basketball, has one mission: flip the script on the entire sport, and trust me, they're dead serious.
Now they're realizing we might need Caitlin. Nafisa Collier, who is one of the founders of Unrivaled, had this to say about Caitlin Clark.
Backed by heavyweights like Breanna Stewart and Nneka Agwamike, this isn't just a league, it's a movement. Picture high-energy 3-on-3 action, primetime coverage, and pure Showtime vibes, giving women's basketball the spotlight it's been missing for years. And here's the kicker: they weren't chasing just anyone. From day one, they had their eyes locked on one powerhouse named Caitlin Clark.
Go ahead and look. Everywhere you turn, Indiana Fever's breaking records.
But then came the plot twist. Unrivaled launched, and fans went wild trying to figure out why Caitlin Clark, the sport's biggest rising star, was nowhere in sight. Social media exploded. Sports shows wouldn't drop the topic, and Unrivaled's comment section was flooded with one question: where's Caitlin?
It's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful, hateful comments and threats.
It's brand new. It's going to be hard to get eyeballs on it. All of these, the WNBA is in their 28th season and it's still a new league. Like, it's hard to get the kind of virality, viewership, all the things that you want right off the bat. And especially if you don't have a big name or a big draw.
It's not every day a rookie boosts arena attendance by 50%, yet somehow she's missing from the biggest new league in the sport. To fans, it felt like a straight-up slap in the face, as if Unrivaled didn't value Clark, or worse, thought they could pull off their grand debut without her.
The kind of physicality and double teams and face guards and all of those things that she was receiving on the court, but also all of the noise, all of the drama, all of the media circus surrounding her off the court, that just had to have been so much to handle.
But Stewart and the Unrivaled squad knew exactly what they were doing. Breanna Stewart, one of the league's co-founders, is no stranger to a perfectly timed reveal. Keeping Clark's involvement under wraps wasn't an accident, it was strategy. The goal was simple: keep fans guessing, build anticipation, and then drop the bombshell when it would land the hardest. They didn't want Clark's deal to overshadow the rest of the roster too early. They were setting the stage, so when the news finally hit, it would land like a ton of bricks.
She should be one of the top paid players in the world just for the sheer numbers that she's bringing.
And the moment those leaked details hit the news, it rocked the sports world like an earthquake. Caitlin Clark was staring at a jaw-dropping $75 million offer to join Unrivaled, a deal built to make her the face of the league. Player, ambassador, marketing powerhouse, spotlight magnet. She had it all. We're talking a massive guaranteed salary, endorsements, exclusive TV rights, and even a front row role in Unrivaled's global expansion plans.
Needed to drive revenue so we can give the players extra income opportunities. I had to educate the players. They're like, good, 75 million divided by 144 payoffs.
Stewart and her team knew this deal was so massive that the moment other players caught wind of it, the locker rooms would erupt with talks of renegotiations and maybe a few bruised egos. Their goal was to keep things calm, at least for a while. But once those numbers leaked, The reaction hit like a tidal wave. For context, Aya Wilson, the WNBA's reigning MVP, earns about $230,000 a season. Clark's offer wasn't just a contract. It was a statement, the kind that screams new era on a whole different level.
And it was just announced recently that Unrivaled struck a television deal with TNT. Now, this exclusive media rights deal is reported to be 45 plus primetime games. TNT Sports are also invested in the league, and sources say that it's a 6-year deal that could be worth more than $100 million.
And with Unrivaled's new deal with TNT, it's obvious they're aiming to turn women's basketball into a primetime spectacle. We're talking 45 plus televised games and a full throttle push for ratings the WNBA still hasn't reached. For context, the WNBA averaged about 657,000 viewers per game in 2024, with Clark as the centerpiece. Unrivaled is betting she can double those numbers, and then some.
Probably the biggest issue that players have. We did a player survey and travel. The league was able to kind of take a lot of pressure off of itself.
And while fans are eating it up, the vibe among players is a whole lot different. For top-tier WNBA stars like Aya Wilson and Angel Reese, Clark's offer isn't just a jaw-dropping headline, it's a loud reminder of the massive financial gap still hanging over the sport.
But there have been so many players, coaches, media personality who have been so afraid to just admit the fact that Caitlin Clark has been the sole reason for so many of these things happening this season in the WNBA.
Angel Reese even jumped on social media to vent her frustration, hinting that years of grinding for the game were suddenly overshadowed by one mega deal, and honestly, who could blame her? Watching a rookie secure a contract that dwarfs the salaries of established stars has to sting, with many players earning between $150,000 and $200,000. Clark's offer more than 20 times their pay makes it painfully clear where Unrivaled's financial priorities are.
Yeah, what's the headline? It says, we're not asking to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
And this is where things get interesting. While Clark's deal has the power to elevate women's sports, it also risks creating major tension. The WNBA has fought for years for better pay, respect, and airtime, and now they're watching Clark step into Unrivaled with a golden ticket worth more than anything the league has ever seen. It's easy to understand why some players might feel resentment after spending years building the sport, only to see a rookie suddenly stand in a league of her own, both literally and financially.
But we didn't want to rush into it because we wanted new owners, like new ownership groups. Anyone who knows sports here knows, like, it's a slog to be a sports.
But here's the thing, Caitlin Clark isn't just another player, she's a full-blown phenomenon, a marketing goldmine, and her rookie WNBA season proved it. In a league that has long battled attendance struggles, compared to the men's game, Clark's arrival hit like a meteor.
Raised overall viewership, like Nafisa said, they're changing venues just to accommodate all the fans who want to come watch Caitlin Clark play.
Arenas saw attendance skyrocket by 50% thanks to the Clark effect. Fans packed seats just to witness her magic, and whenever she stepped on the floor, viewership jumped past 1 million per game, unheard of in WNBA history. Clark didn't just join the league, she set it on fire from day one. Her highlights went viral, her social media exploded, and her presence kept fans locked in long after the final buzzer.
A lot of this noise came by people that were sitting on this network. They tried to minimize her, said, well, you giving her all this credit.
And let's talk merch for a second. Clark's jersey didn't just sell, it flew off the shelves, shattering WNBA merchandise records. She wasn't just someone fans wanted to watch, they wanted a piece of the Caitlin Clark experience. Her name, her style, her entire brand became irreplaceable for the league. For a WNBA that's been fighting for attention, Clark's arrival felt like a miracle from the basketball gods. She brought hype, visibility, and a wave of new, younger, and far more engaged fans the league had never seen before.
But we have former NBA players playing in Big Three, right? So for Cube to come out and be like, I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more than I pay any of these guys who used to play in the NBA. I'm going to pay Caitlin Clark more because that's the value that I see in her.
Before Unrivaled, through its colossal offer on the table, another league was already eyeing Clark, Ice Cube's Big Three. Yes, the same league packed with retired NBA stars and high-energy three. On 3 battles in 2024, Cube shocked everyone by offering Clark a massive $3 million to join. For perspective, the Big Three's top players, many of them former NBA names, earn between $100,000 and $500,000 a season. But for Clark, Ice Cube was willing to go 6 times higher. This wasn't just about talent. He wanted Clark's electricity, charisma, and star power injected into a league built on big male personalities and bigger names.
And he was so unapologetic with the way that he came out and said, this is who we want, this is the value that we see in her, regardless. If she can't make a game, that's totally fine. We know that it coincides with WNBA season.
This wasn't just another sports offer, it was Ice Cube making a statement in a league full of former NBA heavyweights. He saw something in Clark that broke every traditional boundary. He was ready to shake up Big Three culture and bend the rules to make room for her, even if it meant stepping on the egos of retired superstars. Clark's appeal wasn't limited to women's basketball. Her game was a magnet, capable of pulling in fans from across the entire sports world.
We have Lisa Leslie, Nancy Lieberman, like there are legends among us in the Big Three, and there are high-level former professional athletes on our courts, and he was okay putting it out there because he knew how much it could help the Big Three.
But here's where Clark's decision gets even more interesting. Even with that shiny $3 million offer on the table, she turned Ice Cube down. Instead of chasing fast cash or quick fame, she chose to stay in the WNBA, the league she saw as her true home. Clark made it clear she wanted to build her legacy from within and help grow the sport, not just cash a headline-making check. It was a decision that spoke volumes about her commitment to her career and to the future of women's basketball.
Unrivaled would have taken that exact approach, and what it feels like to me is Caitlin Clark was an afterthought in all of this. And maybe she was, maybe she wasn't, maybe they wanted to wait until after the WNBA season.
By choosing the WNBA, Clark set a new standard for loyalty in sports. Sure, the money mattered, but for her, staying meant something bigger than a paycheck. She wanted to elevate women's basketball and help shape its future, and fans noticed her decision sent a powerful message. She was here to invest in the game long term. So, when Unrivaled later returned with that $75 million mega deal, they knew they weren't just signing a player, they were dealing with a once-in-a-generation talent, loyal, driven, and determined to put the sport first.